damn you guys all to fucking hell! Damn you to hell for that!
Anything that gives you power will take a little bit of something else. I hope he died a happy guy. There are a lot of rumors that he has passed away. That is a rough video, man. I'm not the type of guy to take a shit on anyone who is not doing well. Men are the most creatures on this planet that go through shit without anyone really giving any kind of sympathy towards them. The only creatures that are loved unconditionally are children, women, and dogs and pets. So I'm the type of guy that likes to give out a hand for every man who's going through something difficult. Unfortunately, I think it's too late for John Skywalker. There are a lot of rumors that he has passed away. I've asked ChatGPT to kind of confirm. ChatGPT actually confirmed it. Again, could be wrong, but there is a 90% chance that he did not make it. He did release a video a few days ago about his heart condition related to his water retention around his feet. Check this out. This is basically a bunch of this is not just heart failure, this is also kidney issues, circulation issues. This is what looks like to be like the final stages of whatever he is going through physically in terms of his health. He did release a post 5 days ago talking about his origins of where he's from. I don't know, this kind of seems like everything is fitting the narrative that he has passed, you know, kind of giving homage to his origins, maybe. I don't think influencers in general, I mean, at least I wouldn't be the type to kind of be like, you know, goodbye if I knew I was really going down, kind of just like maybe not post for a very long time. It's complicated, right? When you're that kind of guy. I've looked at some of his posts. He seems, you know, he always talks about haters. For all the haters, strap on. You know, it's about to get wild, blah, blah, blah. I don't follow him. I haven't known much about him except recently when I saw that video with the water retention. So maybe he has a lot of haters.
Are you serious?
But for those of you who don't know who John Skywalker is, he's basically an influencer. He's like 6'4", shredded physique, kind of a Ziz reincarnation, if you remember that guy. And it's kind of funny because they kind of have the same hairstyle and lifestyle habits. Makes you wonder if reincarnation was real and if he was a reincarnation of Ziz and he's just making the same decisions over and over again. He has this thing called the trendsetter. I guess this is like, he's basically setting the trend for using tren. Not a good thing.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
And you guys know me. I'm the type that is, you know, thumbs up for testosterone. But when I say that, I only mean the dad cycle. The dad cycle is basically 500 milligrams of testosterone a week, which is kind of almost a little bit over the double dose of the TRT, just to kind of feel that superhuman strength without having that much of side effects. So I don't think that's what he was doing. In fact, I don't think that's what most bodybuilders who have passed away were doing. The worst part is it's not really the steroids, it's the combination of anything else. Now, if you've watched the video with me and Greg Doucette, we're both making an argument about staying completely natty, and I'm like pro testosterone, right? But at very low dosages. And one of my reasons of being pro-testosterone is that I've always mentioned that if you're gonna go on testosterone, the right thing to do is you're gonna always try and make up for that extra kick you're taking. You're gonna make up for that by eating well most of the time, by exercising, by staying away from partying, by staying away from drugs, by staying away from smoking, from alcohol, and you're gonna make all the right lifestyle choices. Now, that usually goes well with a low dose of testosterone. You're gonna be okay. I don't think you're gonna shed off any years at all. If you're doing regular high intensity cardio or like endurance cardio for long hours, I don't think 500 milligrams of testosterone might affect you that much. You'll shed off 3 to 5 years. I don't think you'll shed off 10 years, which is what Greg Doucette said in his video. I don't agree with that. Unless you don't do cardio, you eat okay, then yeah, if you're constantly on 500 milligrams of testosterone a week, yeah, for sure. But I'm talking about cycling, TRT, going in summer, 500 milligrams of test, going back to TRT. I personally think that's fine. Considering also you have to have above average genetics. I said all those things. I said all those things. You have to have above average genetics.
Come on now, dog.
Where your body kind of accepts it and not retaliate with all kinds of side effects, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and all that kind of stuff. But that's not what John Skywalker was doing, and that's not what Ziz was doing, and that's not what most bodybuilders who pass away do. It's not just dad cycles, it's tren, it's ephedrine, it's clenbuterol to stay lean all year round. I am 9 weeks out from Toronto Pro. Men's classic physique, pro division. I've competed at the Mr. Olympia before. My cycle now is 500 milligrams of test, 5 units of growth hormone, that's it. I take some AI, anti-estrogen. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not even on clen, I'm not on fat burners, and I don't wanna be.
So that was a f***ing lie.
And it's like kind of a testing out. Dieting as good as I can. I'm doing my cardio and I realize my body is just changing that much towards contest shape. Could be muscle memory. I was pretty big when I was competing in 212. Could be muscle memory kicking in. Maybe I'll go to like 600 milligrams of test a week in the last 6 weeks. Everything else at a low dose, I'm doing perfectly well. These guys, clen, ephedrine, recreational drugs, partying all the time, alcohol, what do you really expect? Even in comic books, even when Goku went Super Saiyan 3, it took a toll on his energy levels. In other cartoons like Wolverine, the last Logan, he shot that thing that kind of revives him. It also takes away from his life. Anything that gives you power will take a little bit of something else. That's just how it is. When you take certain performance enhancing drugs and you're on other drugs, so John Skywalker I know was on ketamine. Bro, that's never a good idea. You're on ketamine all the time. God knows what else you're on. Probably Molly, probably ecstasy. It's not a good combination. Your heart is in agony and he does have heart issues. I'm not in any way rubbing it in his face or in his fans' face. I feel bad for him. I just think that he could have had these guys, like even people like Callum Von Moger, these guys could have had such a good, successful life had they just stayed away from all that dumb shit that leaves you empty anyway. What's the point of it? What are you trying to get? Women? Bro, that gets old very quickly.
Boring.
You want to get into something? Get into cars.
How? How did they think that was okay to even...
I promise you, it's a never-ending fulfillment and you'll never reach the finish line because you're always going to be poor no matter how much money you make to buy cars and car-related stuff. You get a Lambo, the next thing is a Ferrari. You get an entry Ferrari or 488, fine. After a couple of years, you want a V12. After the V12, you're looking into hypercars like LaFerrari or even modding the V12s, and then you realize you just don't have money for that. It's a never-ending game. And after, let's say you do get your dream car, well, now you want to race. You won't have the budget for that unless European wealth.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
My point is, there is always something better than partying to get you excited. I know what we're all looking for. We're all looking for that dopamine kick. We all need that, especially with the fast age, especially with the fast-paced internet age, the scrolling, all that. You want that quick dopamine. That's why a lot of people watch porn. That's why a lot of people do one-night stands. That's why a lot of people party and do drugs trying to get that little kick. But there are better things. I'm telling you, as someone who is living that, there are better things. There are better hobbies that will give you that dopamine kick. Have you ever pressed on a V12 naturally aspirated pedal in a car?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The kick you get out of it is better than sex. It is a drug. I don't know what happens, but the effect that it has on you is drug-like. There are better things in life than partying and women and drugs. I don't know, maybe for me, but I feel that these things get boring and empty very quickly. It's not long-term fulfillment, very short-term. Get a hobby and always chase something that you will most likely never fully attain. The joy always comes from trying to get something. Once you get it, it's not even that much fun. And I'm telling you that from my experience chasing the Olympia. Since I was a kid in a third world country, my dream was stepping on the Olympia stage. I won a pro show from my first year as a pro and made it to the Olympia. And suddenly it just felt like, well, yes, that's that. I was miserable for the 3 years after that. And as for John Skywalker, I mean, there is a clip that I'm gonna leave you with. Take a look.
What's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear? Dying skinny.
Dying skinny. Again, I'm in no way rubbing it in his face because I saw a lot of the comments and they were honestly disgusting where people were like, well, That's shitty, bro. The only response I'd have to that video is like, I hope he died a happy guy. Like, I hope he looked back and thought it was worth it. Do I think that's what happened? Probably not. I hope he rests in peace. If he makes a post in a few days, please don't blame me, blame ChatGPT. I've already shown you the screenshot. I've already looked on Reddit. There are a few rumors that he has passed away. I mean, if not, I hope he pulls out of it, but he seems like he is, in the last post that he posted, in pretty bad condition. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe for customized programs. Get a program from an Olympian competitor. The link is in the bottom in the description box. I do the programs myself. There's no team, there's no app, and that's why it takes 3 weeks to arrive, because there's like 50 people before you and I have to do each one personalized. And I base the programs on your day's schedule too, so you won't ever see 2 programs that are alike. And I'll see you on the next episode.